Everyone knows Elijah and Elisha, the fire-calling prophet and the miracle worker. But did you know there was another prophet who anointed kings, changed destinies, and yet is barely mentioned in most churches today? His name is Ahijah the Shilonite. Ahijah appears quietly in the Old Testament, but his words shook nations. In 1 Kings 11, when King Solomon turned away from God, Ahijah confronted the corruption of the throne. He prophesied that God would tear the kingdom of Israel into two. To make it clear, he tore his own cloak into 12 pieces and gave 10 to Jeroboam, signifying the birth of the northern kingdom of Israel. That prophecy alone altered the political map of the Bible forever. But Ahijah didn't just speak, he anointed. He anointed Jeroboam as king over Israel, setting in motion events that shaped centuries of history. This means he stood in the same prophetic line as Samuel, who anointed Saul and David, and Elijah, who anointed Elisha. Yet unlike them, Ahijah's story doesn't take the spotlight. He slips into the shadows, mentioned only a handful of times. But behind the scenes, his obedience to God's voice carried the weight of nations. Why is Ahijah so rarely mentioned? Perhaps because his story is short, and his ministry wasn't filled with dramatic signs. But that doesn't make it less powerful. Sometimes, the prophets who seem quiet carry the loudest impact in history. So here's the hidden truth. Ahijah reminds us that even when history forgets your name, heaven remembers your obedience. And one act of faith can change generations. If you want to uncover more forgotten voices of Scripture, hit subscribe and stay tuned.